What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We live. We live. Let's get it. Let's get it in.
Hello, everyone.
I hope I got
Good
this on
evening.
public. I just
Yeah, I saw
forgot
it.
to do it. It is? You sure? How you know?
That's all right.
Oh. What's up? What's up? Y'all come in. Come in real quick.
Today is Monday, November
Beautiful
the 1st.
Monday. Yes, first of the month.
Yeah. Time to start putting up them Christmas trees and them Christmas lights and
Right. And getting ready for these New Year's lie-olutions. To show ain't no resolution. Time to tell yourself the same thing. It's like, nah. Time to make some changes. Every day should be a New Year's resolution. You should always be trying to be better than you were the day before. Amen. What's up, Dio?
Yep.
Good to
Hey,
see you in here,
Darius.
Darius. Come on in the building. Wow. We get ready to show out
Good
tonight.
evening,
Yes.
cousin.
Let's go. Let's go. Y'all can tag people real quick, comment people names in here that might find this interesting. This topic is about to be like that. I already know. I can just feel the controversy in the air. I can just feel it. Y'all go ahead and tag and share. Social media and the effects it can have on your relationship. Let's go. Tag somebody. Let's talk about this. This is something that I had up and down mixed emotions and opinions and feelings on. But when I looked at the meat of the whole thing, we're going to go into that. But y'all, please stay tuned, share. This is going to be good. Hello.
Hey, Lori.
Hello, Monica. Good
Harold,
to see you.
Eartha.
What's up, Harold?
Long
Good to see you.
time.
And Harold, stay in here. I need as much men in here as I can. This is a good topic. We want to know how can social media affect your relationship. We want to know the effects it can have, the do's and the don'ts, the crossing the line, and is there a line that should be drawn in which you should not cross. So, yeah. What's up, Lori? Stay in here. It's gonna be good. Share and tag some people.
Kevin. Hey,
Share
Kevin.
and tag.
Good
Share and
evening.
tag. Hello, Eartha. How you doing? Good to see you in here.
Hey, Eartha. Eartha was watching us since the beginning, too.
Oh, yeah. She
Yeah.
definitely season 1 veteran.
Yeah.
Season 1 till death do us part veteran.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for always sticking in here with us and supporting the
Absolutely.
podcast. So what up, this row?
Absolutely.
You see me representing tonight. You see it. Both of my teams playing tonight, y'all. But I'm still here giving y'all this time. Got my Knicks coming on later. My Giants getting ready to come on in a little bit. But first things first, we got to dig into this topic. We got to make sure that we deal with this one. I kind of felt like we dealt with this before, but evidently we didn't. So we're going to dig into it now. We're going to dance all across this topic. We really are. So, all right, we're going to pray real quick, and then we're going to go right into it. God, we thank you for allowing us to be here. We thank you for everyone that's watching. We ask that your spirit would arrest the sound waves and arrest the airwaves, oh God, that you would have your way throughout this discussion. We ask that all opinions and insight that's given be given in love and received in love. We pray that any confusion is removed from here, and we ask that you continue to allow this platform to grow so that we may help all others in their relationships as we grow and learn more about our relationships. And we will forever give your name the praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay.
I knew Kevin was going to say something about that.
Social media and the effects it can have on your relationship. First of all, how many of you guys, just by throwing thumbs up or hearts or reacting in the screen or whatever, thinks that social media should even be valid in terms of a relationship? Should that be something that should make or break a relationship? And is social media in a relationship different from any other aspect of a relationship? Let's throw out some stuff. Let's throw out some scenarios. Hey, Kim, let's throw out some scenarios. Like, for example, I had several conversations with people who think that there's a difference or there's a little subliminal message in, let's say, if a guy posts a picture with his shirt off and he kind of ripped and buff or whatever the case may be, and your girl hearts the picture. You know what I mean? Like, that could be like a red flag, maybe. That could be a sign of disrespect. That could be like she might be interested, or, you know, or that could send like the wrong message. Tell me what you guys think, because I'm a little bit indifferent when it comes to stuff like that, but that's just my nature. I tend to always be like way over here while most people over there. But I want to know, what do y'all think? What's y'all take? Is it a red flag? Let's start there. Is it a red flag? Is it a sign of disrespect if your significant other hearts somebody else's picture? Come on, Dion. Let me hear it. So, Dion. No, matter of fact, Nia. I already know. That's Dion, right? That's Nia that just now did that. Nia, is that you or Dion? Let me know. I'm almost certain it's you. So, anyways, all right. This is what we're going to do. I want to know. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot real quick. I want to know if your girl, guys, if there's a guy that posts a picture, and in the picture he don't even gotta have his shirt off or nothing. He just posted a picture of himself doing whatever, just a regular random picture, and your girl hits the heart button on the picture. Do you guys take that as a sign of disrespect? Do you take it as the guy might think she liked him like that, or he might have a shot? Tell me what your take is. Don't be afraid. Let's get into it. Eartha says, I don't feel it's disrespectful to heart a picture. That's me too, Eartha. I don't think it's disrespectful to heart a picture. I don't. Anybody want to take a crack at this? Dion, let me hear what you got to say. Let me see what Kevin says. She said, when your relationship rock solid, that's stuff. That's right, Kev. That's right. That's another point of view, too. How stable is your relationship? You know what I mean? Because, like, social media ain't for everybody. Everybody can't handle it. You know what I mean? Some people, you know, really need it because that's the only life they have. And then other people's really just don't care about it. Some people don't even be on it like that. Like Nika, she don't be on it like that. You know what I mean? But if she was, hey, Grandma B.
Hey, Mom.
So yeah, let me hear y'all take on it. What y'all, you know, I'm gonna let some of these comments roll in real quick before I actually dissect and go in. You want to read what Lori said?
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But people read into social media too much. I love pics all the time. Guys jump in my inbox, and I'm like, here we go.
Uh-oh. See, Laura, you a whole nother breed, so. But it shouldn't be, you know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, like, and I'm gonna be transparent, you know. I have never ever, and I have done a lot of things, and I have flirted in many ways, but I have never seen a girl like my picture on social media, and I slid in her inbox because I took that as a sign of they was interested or whatever the case may be. I just never linked the two like that. Hey, Keisha.
Hey, Keish.
Monica said something. You see her comment come up?
I know if my husband wouldn't like it, I wouldn't heart it.
Okay. Of course, I mean, you naturally want to not do something that your significant other won't like. You know, that's true. But my thing is now, Monica, I'm trying to figure out why. Like, if for those of you who wouldn't like it, why wouldn't you like it? Like, what's the thing? Give me some insight on what you think heart in a picture could mean, what it could do, what it could, you know, what message would it be sending? And is there a difference? Does it depend on the relationship that the person may have with the person that they hearted? Does it depend on the content? Is there a difference between the heart button and the thumbs up button? Because keep in mind, they just put the heart button on Facebook. It's not really that old. You know what I mean? So let's get some more into these comments real quick. I don't want them to get ahead because we got a lot of comments. I don't want them to get too far.
It's very arguable. There's a lot of do's and don'ts, respectively.
Right.
And my wife isn't on any social media platform.
Right. So see, and that's the thing. Like Nika not on social media, but she used to be on social media a long time ago. Now she does have a business page. I don't want people to think she don't have a business page, but she literally just started that. You know what I mean? And But even when she was on social media, for me, it wasn't a thing where, oh, if she liked this or if she liked that, I'm gonna get all out of whack and be like, why you liking this? What you trying to say or what you trying to do or what's, and so to speak. And truth of the matter is, when she was on social media, our relationship was not that solid. You know what I mean? Like, we was going through some things. You know what I mean? Our friendship was always intact. Our respect and our love for each other was always intact. But as far as our relationship, like, we was doing our thing. We was doing our own thing. Like, she didn't care whether I came or went. I didn't care whether she came or went. But the reality of it is, even still, social media was never a thing where we was like, well, why you liking her pictures? Or why you commenting on her picture? Or why she commenting on your picture? Or things like that. That was never really an issue. Only simply because for me, and I'm going to let you chime in on it, for me, because I know you got kind of mixed emotions about it. I don't think it's that serious, like, period. You know what I mean? I really don't. I believe the only thing that I believe on social media that I do believe is very, very serious is that you have a lot of people on your friends list that really don't like you. You know what I mean? And what I don't understand is, why would you even send a friend request and to start with if you're not gonna like what, like, if you don't like me, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing I do find to be very true about social media. You can have a whole bunch of friends on social media that really can care less about you in real life. Another thing too that I believe is very significant on social media is that just because they like a picture or they like a post don't mean they really like it. And just because they don't like a picture or don't like a post doesn't mean, that they don't like it. It's some people that might not like nothing you put up or share nothing you put up, but they love it and they like it or whatever the case may be. And then there's others that hit the heart button, love it and share it and can't stand it. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. Go ahead. You want?
Yeah, first I want to ask that those of you that just joined us, thank you for watching. And if you can go ahead and share this video on your page, on your wall. And Kiana, hey, wanted to greet you. And some other people came in. Yeah. Some other people came in that we didn't we didn't say hello to. So
my wife like she ready to go to bed.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
You
Anyway, so the topic at hand, right? Social media and the effects it can have on your relationship. So I think this topic kind of goes back into the topic we discussed a few weeks ago about gifts and should your significant other be able to accept gifts from someone of the opposite sex, right? Mm-hmm, right? So, right. And we came to the conclusion that it could be the intent on either party, the person that's giving the gift or the person that's receiving
Hey, Erica.
it.
Go ahead, keep
Hey, Erica, or the person that's receiving the gift. So, of course, you have to have a solid foundation in your relationship. And I think us as women, we have a sixth sense, bottom line. Like, we know when there are ill intentions. We know when there is something going on. We know we know the energy behind those likes, those hearts, those thumbs up and all of that stuff. So it's not much that you can hide behind social media. Right. I mean, that's just bottom line, But having that solid foundation within your relationship can alleviate and cause your emotions to not get, out of control when you do see your significant other liking somebody's picture or liking, because then okay, he might like a picture, but okay, that's it. It's simply a picture. Yeah, maybe what she has on it is beautiful. Or maybe what she posted, that is a beautiful picture. Sometimes as women, we can become jealous, and that goes back to us talking about having insecurities within ourselves.
Right.
So, but I don't think it should be a showstopper. But if you get one too many hearts or one too many I might have to come here and be like, hey, hold up now. This person ain't been liking this, or you ain't been liking all this. So what's going on? What changed the dynamics of your friendship or whatever?
Right. I get it. Like, yeah, definitely now, I would say this. A change in behavior on social media can warrant red flags, but but it's funny because I'm thinking about a story I remember, and it's crazy because it was Halloween too. Many years ago, me and my wife went to a Halloween party at a club, and matter of fact, she didn't even go with me. But I was never the type of person that if you go out, you can't have fun. My thing is, make sure that you don't cross any lines that you wouldn't want me to cross, and make sure that whatever you're doing, as long as there's no disrespect involved on her part, like as long as nobody don't disrespect her, I'm cool. You know what I mean? So, anyways, long story short, I don't even know if you remember this. Long story short, her and one of my nieces went somewhere. They went to this club. They chilling. I'm chilling. I didn't know she was going to be at this club, or I don't think so. So I go inside the club. She in the club. She dancing with another guy, right? I ain't tripping. It's just dancing. That's cool. You just dancing. I ain't even trying to stand around to watch you dancing. None of that stuff. I'm going about my business. So she went and she was there. Like, she just was dancing, having a good time. So I went and I danced with this young lady that was at the club, just dancing.
Why?
But wait, no, this is the funny thing.
But why did you do that?
So I don't know. I mean, she wanted to dance, so I was dancing.
Okay.
But wait, this is the funny part, y'all. She was dancing her little butt off the whole entire night. This guy want to dance with her, she go and dance. Another guy want to dance, she go and dance. Another guy want to dance, she go and dance. But it was more than one person. However, this was her argument now, because I danced with the same girl all night. But not all night, but just a little bit longer than she preferred me to, right? And she comes and tap me while I'm dancing with the girl, tap me on my back. Excuse you.
I remember that now.
What?
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? What is going on? I'm confused here. I'm lost. Like, I thought this was cool. Like, you know what I mean? So my thing is, and I said all that to say this, you can't pick and choose when you're going to jump in and say, okay, that heart on that picture was cool, but this heart on this picture ain't cool. You know what I mean? If it's going to be a set boundary, then it has to be a set boundary. I think that's only fair. But now for me personally, I don't really care. Like, she can get on and heart up as much as she want to heart up. She can even go in the comments and be like, oh, you look good, or I think that you handsome, or, or whatever. Like, that's a handsome picture, or whatever the case may be. Only because, let me tell you this, fellas, and I'm about to put y'all up on game. Women, y'all just be quiet. Fellas, it's not what you see that you got to worry about. If you saw it, you ain't got to worry about it. Your woman wanted you to see it. It's what you don't see that you have to worry about. And me, I'm not trying to worry about anything. You know what I mean? Whatever is going to happen is going to happen regardless. And if I have to prevent you from doing something that's going to disrespect our marriage or our relationship, if I have to be on you to get you to not do it, what do we really have? What do we really have? So I'm not monitoring you like no child. What's up, Pierre? I'm not monitoring you like no child. You know what's right or wrong. Hey, Felicia. I'm not monitoring you. Like we grown. What I look like monitoring your Facebook page to see if you doing something out of line. A woman is not going to put what she doing on Front Street. You worry about them DMs if you're going to worry about anything. Don't even worry about the DMs, because she might even let you know that. It's literally women don't cheat on paper. Put it like that. Let me put it like that. Women do not cheat on paper. So fellas, if you see it, they wanted you to see it. Trust and believe.
Hey, Erica. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Ebony. Hey, Pierre.
Thank y'all for joining too. Thank y'all for joining.
Thank y'all.
But y'all tell me what y'all think. And if anybody want to come in and talk, we will add y'all to the video. Because I know some of y'all might have a lot to say, but you can't put it all in the comments.
Let's ask some of the people on here that we know. If you feel that you are out there on social media a lot, and you do get a lot of attraction, from the opposite sex, if you have had a situation where your significant other may have felt a little uneasy about it, or if they're not uneasy about it, if you would like to share your experiences, just let us know real quick, so we can add you on.
We could add you on if you want to share, if you had an experience with social media and which you might have took something too far, or your significant other might have had something on social media, took something too far. Let's share it. Let's have it.
Yeah.
Let's share it.
Lori, go ahead. I wanted to tell Lori, she said facts, no paper. facts, no paper. And then Pierre said, and they know everything.
Yep.
And it's so crazy because as women, like, we're so, I don't know. We just have this thing where you're going to know whatever we want you to know, and not being...
I know. Look, you ain't got to tell me.
No, I'm
I
just
know.
saying. Men are just sometimes just... when it comes to covering up stuff, or they're just so dumb, right? I mean, sorry, not dumb, but can be ignorant sometimes.
You meant that.
They can be ignorant sometimes. And when Pierre said they know everything, meaning like we can sniff out any little thing about our men. You know,
let me tell you this,
nature,
right, guys? My wife also, and I'm not, I don't mean to get deep on y'all, but my wife also has a gift. She has a prophetic gift from God. She has a prophetic gift from God. And I kid you not, y'all, one time this woman told me the color. And I know there's no way she could have known that. You know what I mean? So now I'm stuck with a dilemma. Do I look this woman in the face and tell her God ain't show her what he really showed her? Or do I keep fronting and lying and acting like that wasn't the case? Well, anyways, I had to come clean because I didn't want to play around with her like that. But the reality of it is, even outside of having that gift from God, women just... if a woman gonna do something and don't want you to know, trust me, you not gonna know. And if you doing something that you don't want a woman to know, she gonna find out. She gonna find out.
Felicia, my husband asked me to unfriend someone, and I did. How was that, Felicia? Because I know it's a lot of couples that's listening or on here that their mate, they're not mutual friends with their mate's friends, and they might feel like they don't want their mate to have a relationship with someone else or a friendship on social media. You know, how do you deal with that? You know, Felicia, you said
he needed to be unfriended, but she saw the need.
Okay, so she agreed. She agreed. But sometimes that spouse doesn't agree with, like, well, they don't mean nothing by it, so I'm gonna leave.
Felicia, if you don't mind, I want you to come in and share your story with us, if you don't mind.
Lori want to come in.
All right, let me get Lori real quick. But
hey, Sharmika.
No, Lori, all right now. But yeah, Felicia, if you want to, we're gonna get you after Lori because I want to share that experience because we went through something similar, and it was kind of like the opposite. It was kind of like the opposite because I think it's a thin line.
She can't right
okay, now. That's fine, Felicia. No worries. I think it's a thin line between wait a minute, Lori, I'm gonna get you, but I think it's a thin line. I think it's a thin line between doing it, because you see the need to doing it, and then allowing your significant other to, like, you gotta trust me enough to know that whatever your hangups are, whatever your insecurities are, or whatever you think this whole this transpiring between this relationship, you gotta trust me enough to know, or know me enough to manage it well. But we'll get back to that in a second. Come on, Lori, what's up?
Hey, Lori.
This is crazy because this has happened to me not one time, but 2 times. So,
okay.
We knew I was married before, and it got to the point when I was married that we deactivated both of our social media accounts, Facebook, because hearting pictures and girls or women was liking his pictures, and I was in my feelings. In my feelings. So, but I think some of that comes from insecurities, the lack of the lack of understanding or knowing your spouse. And it happened to me. That's what it was. The second time, I had to go through. I don't want to say proving myself or proving my innocence, but like I said, and I put it in the comments, I like pictures for different reasons. I heart pictures for different reasons. So if I'm really feeling your hat, David, I might put a heart on that. To me, like, okay, well, I do like your hat, though. If I'm with someone, whether I'm married, dating, whatever the case is, I will not, and I have not, liked the picture if a man doesn't have on a shirt, or if he's just, some of those certain levels of respect you have to have in a relationship, or you're going to lose it anyway. Me, I'm big on, I have social media. I have everything, I think, except for Instagram, only because I just haven't been able to do it. But I of course, love horses, and I got my TikTok and my Facebook and Snapchat, and I like pictures, and I do certain videos, and a lot of my stuff, it gets me a lot of inboxes or a lot of messages and things like that. And point where in both of the relationships I've had, where I didn't have to argue about it, but I had to prove my point, and it was like, listen, these guys in my inbox, they'll send me messages, but trust me to handle that. Like, I got it.
Right.
And even if it's to the point, maybe a conversation that starts out about horses or start out about whatever, and then when they say, oh, wait a minute, and then
Lori, listen, cut off. Thank you for sharing. We have to get back into it, but we thank you for sharing. I want you to pause right there. We're gonna chop it back up with you. Stay in the comments though.
Back.
All right, Lori.
All right, y'all.
Okay, listen, this is so great, guys. Let me tell y'all, it was a time. First of all, let me say this too. You also have to look at the nature of the relationship to the persons that they are interacting with on social media, because I think that, and this is just my opinion, don't nobody fight me over it, I think that when it gets real petty like that, where it's the argument between social media, first of all, you can't be unwilling to cut anything off to save your relationship. That's the first thing. However, you have to know why you're cutting it off, because if that's the case, you will continue, if you're cutting it off for the wrong reasons, you will continue to be cutting so much off until you don't even realize who you are. You can cut off so much things until you cut yourself out. You know what I mean? And that's something that, you really don't want to fall in a gap to. So now, for example, if my wife tell me, hey, look, I don't want you to be on social media no more. Why? Just because I don't want you to. Like, that's not enough for me. I need you to come up with a real legitimate reason that's going to help me to understand why we really need to take this into consideration. Because if I just do it just because you have an inner something that you haven't been able to deal with yet, that's either stemming from immaturity, insecurity, paranoia, and I'm not saying this is the case with her, y'all, but I'm just saying that means it can, if it's stemming from that place, then we need to attack that place, not social media, because social media just happens to be the place where it's showing up. But what happens to where now you telling me I can't do this and I need to stop doing that because of that same thing that you're dealing with? And I say, okay, well, I'll stop doing that too. And then now something else comes up. Okay, now I want you to stop doing that. And then if you keep doing that and cutting off all of this and all of that, now you create a prison for yourself versus a relationship. And nobody wants to feel like they're in prison, right? So
yeah, like yeah. And I was just thinking, like, oh my goodness, I was talking to someone before, and they was talking about how some of the first signs of abuse is isolation. So like that can be a form of that too.
That's right. That's right.
I isolate you from any outlet or whatever to kind of get you into this little bubble and then keep you stuck there. For me, Eartha said lack of trust. She agreed with Lori 100%. And there's levels to respect. There's levels to respect.
Let me say this. I want to bless Eartha about the whole trust thing. Oh, I want to get through this real quick now, real quick. Eartha, this is my humble opinion. Clear your mind, open your mind, free your mind. I'm about to bless you. Trust is an illusion that manipulates us into thinking that we have control. The reality of it is, trust should not even be a word, because we can't never fully control or trust anything in our lives. We can hope that when certain circumstances and situations present themselves to us, that we have enough discipline, or the situation won't cause for us to act in a way that we trusted we never would. You know what I mean? Because we thought we had control. But because you can't control every situation, you will never fully know what you will do given any situation. Now, let me add substance to that. This is a rhetorical question. How many things in your life have you trusted you would never do? You trusted you would never say, places you trusted you would never go, But somehow, when certain circumstances and situations presented itself, you did that very thing that you trusted you would never do. You went that very place that you trusted you would never go. You said that very thing that you trusted you would never say. So with that being said, all that is, again, trust is an illusion into making you think that you're in control, right? However, when you know a person and you know yourself, then you can kind of assess the situations that's thrown at you and try to better counterattack it in hopes that it won't lead to XYZ. But the reality of it is, just like with social media, I said all that to say this: when you get onto social media, you can't trust or control nobody. I can't control nobody into saying, Nika, I don't want you to do blah, 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 because if you do blah, 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 I believe it's going to lead to you doing this or them doing that. She ain't got to post not one picture. She could just be on social media and don't post one picture. She ain't even got to have a profile picture. And if somebody knows her, they're going to slide in her DM. I may or may not know that it happened. You know, I can't control what she does after that happens. So for me to think by me telling her not to like a picture, not to comment on a post, not to share a post, not to post a certain picture, I'm controlling the situation. I'm being delusional. It's an illusion, and it creates more problems than it helps problems. Let me share this one. You want to say something? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that okay, she said good word usage, assessment, assess everything.
Yeah. I told you I was gonna bless you, Earth. Come on now, that's what family do, right? I got you. Yeah. You bless me, I bless you. I got you. But listen, this is what I wanted to say too, because I want y'all to know we've experienced something similar. I'll never forget. You probably don't remember this. You probably do. I had a friend of mine. Matter of fact, a friend of mine who I used to be in love with. You know, dare I even call her ex-girlfriend. Me and her are still good friends till this day. My wife knows that me and her are friends. She posted a long time ago on social media. She was like, it's late at night. I can't sleep. Where is King David? Right? This is what she put on Facebook. Now, me, my wife, and her knows that me and her are like this, and there's nothing in between, no kind of funny business. What we had, and that's that, you know? However, because of the appearance of what it might look like to other people, there had to be a conversation that had to be had, you know? And the conversation had to be had so that we could make sure that we're representing who we are to each other, not only me and my friend, but also me and my wife, and her and my wife, that we're representing who we are in a way that won't give way to unwanted attention. And we did it as adults. And to this day, me and her are still friends. Her and my wife are still friends, and there's no kind of, you know, friction. So again, it's all about maturity, security, stability. You know, these are the things that not only on social media, but if you apply them into every asset of your relationship, you'll find out that those problems and those things that you think you can try to counter or avoid to control or to gain trust is really not going to work, because it's just going to pop up in some other area if you don't mature, if you don't become secure, and if you don't attack the real situations. Because a lot of times social media ain't really the problem. It's the person on social media that's the problem. Okay.
Yeah. So Lori said explaining why or why not can become controlling. You know, and that's what we're talking about, you know, being in bondage or whatever, you know, always having to answer like 50,000 questions because you can't explain why somebody else did what they did. But sometimes your significant other wants you to explain why all of a sudden they liking this. Well, I don't know why all of a sudden they're liking this, you know, and that can add strain to your relationship. But I wanted to say, when you know a person, you know the way they think, and you know the way, you know the way that they will respond, if their response was innocent or if it wasn't intentional to get attention or whatever. So just knowing your significant other, and like you were saying, instead of like trusting, you know, having a control aspect, but just knowing that I know David, and I know if he liked that picture, he didn't mean it, you know, he wasn't trying to send a signal or flirt or whatever. He literally
trust me, my business ain't gonna be on no social media now.
He literally just liked a picture, you know, and it was a nice picture, or he did, you know, or whatever. But yeah.
But see, now here's another thing too, fellas. I have to know that my wife is mature enough to handle me liking a picture of a friend on Facebook that might have on a bikini or a nice looking dress or whatever.
I don't know bikini now.
I'm not. Look, she don't know about bikini. But no, see, like, put it this way. I know, depending on the situation, circumstances, and what you think I might be thinking, a girl can have on a bikini and I like the picture. You gonna feel some kind of way? On the spot, y'all. On live TV.
No, I'm
on live TV.
Not really. It just
exactly.
depends.
I know you're not. I know.
No, but I'm just saying. No,
I know it depends on. Like, put it this way. I posted this picture of you in the bikini. Oh man, you was bad, right? And if somebody would have came in a bathing suit, whatever. If somebody would have came and liked the picture or whatever, a guy, whatever, because I'm friends with one of your ex, probably a couple of them. Probably so. No, I'm just saying. I know one of them for sure, because that's my man's in them.
A couple of them. I ain't had that many.
I'm friends with about 7 of them right now. But listen, anyways, if they was to like it or heart it or be like, you know, oh, she's beautiful, like, I'm not going to trip. They telling the truth. Like, they telling the truth. What I supposed to say? Hey, don't call my wife beautiful. Nah, I mean, that's just not me. You know, fellas, let me hear what y'all got to say. What's going on with that? Let me know what's up. Let's get in these comments. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Sharmika says, what I'm hearing also is,
ain't it, Felicia?
Regardless, both parties in the relationship have to have respect for each other, set safe boundaries for your relationship, right? That's the point. Right, like what Lori was saying too, having boundaries. Like, she know when somebody go come in her DM, like, all right, you're talking about horse, you're talking about this, blah, blah. But as soon as you cross that line, I have to immediately let you know that I'm not going to entertain you anymore. You know, this is over. But sometimes our significant other doesn't want to hurt that person's feelings, so we'll play along with it and act like it's still innocent when you know it ain't innocent no more.
Right.
You done crossed that line, but you're still trying to, you know, just ease on out. But sometimes you got to just be straight up black and white, you know?
Listen, let me tell y'all something, what I did. And again, immaturity. You know what I'm about to say?
No.
All right, listen. So there was this guy that tried to get at my wife, right? And this guy didn't owe me no loyalty. But what you're not going to do is think you know something about me and then try to go bad mouth me to my wife to try to get with her. Like, if you going to try to get with her, go ahead, hey, do your thing. You supposed to. You don't owe me nothing. Go ahead. It's not on what you do. It's what she going to do in response to you trying to get with her. But now when you start trying to throw dirt on me to do it, now we gotta have a big meeting. We got to have a big meeting. So anyways, long story short, this guy did that, right? And this is why you have to be mature about assessing the situation. Hey, Chrissy, you got to be mature. So fast forward, I see my wife talking to this guy from a distance. I think this the same guy that tried to get with her and that was hating on me and all that and blah, blah, blah. Y'all, I pulled up on this man and I act a straight fool. I mean, a straight fool, right? So my wife had to drag me in the car. Long story short, y'all, it was not even the guy. I had the wrong guy.
Exactly what you get. That's
exactly
what you get.
I had the wrong guy, y'all. I felt so bad. I felt so stupid. I felt so like an immature little kid. I'm a whole 30-something years old when this happened. And I'm about 32-ish, right? Something like that. When this happened, I mean, I really felt ignorant. And from that day forward, I learned my lesson that regardless of what the perception is, I have to allow her to handle the situation, because I could handle a situation the way I think it needs to be handled and it blow into something that it don't have to be. And then what does that say about my lady, as if I didn't think she would be able to handle the situation in a way that would show respect to not only me, but to her as well in our marriage as a whole. And if a woman feel like you don't believe she will respect you, her in the marriage, she feels a little bit degraded in your sight. And that can push her away, fellas. That can push her away.
Yeah. Not only that, but and trust that your spouse, if they need to come get you, they will. Like if somebody is continuing to come after them after they, try to, de-escalate the situation or whatever, then that's when you step in. If it becomes disrespectful to your significant other.
Oh, and I went back and found that person, by the way, y'all, and apologized to them for acting the way I act. I definitely did. Again, maturity. Yeah. I went and I told them, I said, look, yo, it's no justification. I thought you were somebody that blah, 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 blah. But even still, if you was that person, I still was out of line for the way that I acted. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, Kevin said, what's understood don't need to be explained. Eartha says, there you go. You must be able to handle social media. Be respectful. Everybody ain't able to handle it.
No.
They're not.
Right.
And she said, preach, David Blanding. Don't try to throw no shade. Be you. Be you while doing what you're called.
Right.
What you call you.
Right.
Shut up.
But listen, I was so ashamed, y'all. I was so embarrassed. And not only did I embarrass myself in front of him and the people that were there, but I embarrassed myself because I embarrassed my wife. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't mind hurting myself, but I don't like when I hurt my baby now. I don't take that too well now. Like you could get away with doing and saying anything to me, but don't mess with this one over here now. It's a whole nother ball game, Then I'm gonna have to go in Lori gun closet and me and Lori gonna come out blazing.
Shamika, what about comments like "dang" on a person of the opposite sex? Like "dang," I personally feel like that's disrespectful and doing too much. Like
that dang, that dang might hit a little different. But again, you got to know, who you with and all of that. That dang hit a little different. So like, it's just certain things that I'm like, for me, that I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like I'm like I know if she do something on social media, I know it ain't nothing. I know it ain't nothing because this is just me now. And fellas, I'm trying to let you know, women, same thing. If you do something, if they do something on, especially for the women, if they do something on social media, you can rest in the show. Ain't nothing going on. And I said women now, y'all. Let that be known. Women, not adult children. Women, not adult children. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of adult children on social media, but very few women. So women not putting their stuff on social media, not what they really doing. If you want to know if your woman cheating, the only way you're going to find out is you're going to have to catch her in the act. You ain't going to find out no other way. And if you do, she wanted you to find out. She was ready to get out that relationship anyway.
Oh, Lori, this is good. Watch who bring you the bad news, because they're going to say something on a slick one day, which would give you every answer you needed to know about the news carrier.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You got to watch. Yeah.
I even told,
that's true.
I even told people, and I remember you told somebody this before too. Don't come and tell me nothing about what my wife doing. If you want us to be happy, don't tell me nothing about what she doing. If I need to find out, I'm going to find out. I'll know. I don't need you to come and tell me nothing. A lot of people come and tell you because they happy. They can tell you because they happy that you things getting ready to shake. Mm-hmm. I remember when, mind you, y'all, I'm the youngest of 5 kids. My mother 5 kids. My dad 6. I'm the youngest of them, right? And my wife, she fairly young too, and I have nieces that's close to her age. Some of them is her age. And she used to hang out with one of them. And the one that she used to hang out was like a sister to me. So I told her, I said, listen, I'm letting her hang out with you because I'm expecting you to treat her like she's your sister, right? So if y'all go out and she do something that you feel she won't do in front of me, don't come back and tell me. Because if you will come back and tell me, then that means you're not covering her and getting her back the way I would want one of her friends to have her back. You know what I mean? If it's meant for me to know, I'll find out. But you bet not be the one to come and tell me about it. Only thing I wanted her to do is make sure that nobody disrespected her while she was out. And that's just me. You know, that's just me. I don't want to know. I'm not looking in no DMs. I'm not searching no emails. I'm not looking for no text. Lock your phone up. I don't want the password. I don't want, no, we happy. Oftentimes, fellas, if a girl start digging for stuff that she think you might be doing, fellas, it's because she's not happy and she want to leave. But she think if she find that concrete reason to leave, it's going to make her leave. It ain't, if they really love you and they really with you like that, it ain't gonna make you leave, women. It's just gonna make you hurt more and frustrate yourself for staying. You know, you ain't gotta see the DM. If you feel you gotta go in the DM, that's because you already know they cheating. So without even looking in the DM, what you gonna do? If you gotta get the password to their phone and check their texts and go through call logs and all of that, it's because you already know they cheating. You don't need to see it. You already know it. And if you don't know it and you're happy, why are you looking for it? Why are you looking for it? Like, I don't want to know something that's going to hurt me if I'm already happy. You know, and then that goes with my relationship with God as well, I guess, because I believe that God is not going to allow me to be blind to anything that's going to hurt me. And that's going to hinder my relationship with him or my relationship with my wife. If she's doing something that's going to hinder our relationship with him or hinder our relationship with each other, then he's going to bring it to our attention. Oftentimes when God brought things to my attention that my wife might have been doing that I wouldn't have been pleased with, it wasn't for me to snap and break up with her. It was so we can come together and fix it. And most of the time I found out that the issues that might have caused her to do things that I wasn't pleased with had nothing to do with the outside. It had everything to do with the inside. So every time things like that happen, I didn't check her, I checked me. Because fellas, if you on your job, trust and believe, a good woman ain't going nowhere. Not an adult child, a good woman. Again, you have to know the difference. There are adult children out here that's posing as women. But if you got a good woman, fellas, and you doing what you supposed to do, you complimenting her, you letting her feel pretty, you making her feel like she's the only one, you letting her know and be assured that she the only one that you gonna desire, that it ain't nobody after her, none of that stuff, that she's the most important aspect of your life, that you worship her, that you would do anything for her, that you would live for her, not die for her, because it takes more to live for a person than it does to die for a person. I promise you, fellas, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I had an experience like that where, you know, I was talking to a young lady. We talked to me, you know, we talked whatever, and she was just so unhappy. She's like, man, I'm so unhappy. You know, he keeps cheating on me, You know, I'm like, well, okay, well, how long has this been happening? She was like, about 3 years or whatever. And I was like, 3 years? I was like, well, when did you start finding out? Whatever. She was like, in the beginning, like a month after the relationship, you know. So she had been going in his phone, checking all his social media, going through text messaging, calling females back,
Lord
going through all of the motion and stuff, and going to him, asking him, hey, you know, why you keep doing this? You know, causing big arguments, that fussing and fighting, and then they'll break up, and then they'll get back together, and then she's right back in the cycle again. And I'm saying, you have not made a conscious decision to let this thing go. Like, some people really I mean, this might sound crazy. Some people like misery. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like an addiction.
They got comfortable with it. Not really like it, but they kind of feel like that's the norm for me.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's the only way it's supposed to. They're settling for it, you know? And I'm saying, if this is something, a relationship you want to work on, you know, and if you feel like your relationship is working aside from the infidelity, then work on the relationship and just hopefully, you know, you're working with him and your partner or whatever, then stuff will start to drop off, you know. But if you're constantly focusing on the outside and the negative things, that's all that's going to be present in your relationship, you know, because even though it's there, it's not affecting you in your relationship until you see it, and then you're bringing it into the relationship.
Oh, she said something just now, y'all. I didn't see enough hearts up there. She said something just now.
Oh, thanks.
You said something just now. She said something just now. She sure did. She said something just now. Listen, in other words, like I just now said, if if the infidelity isn't the problem, but what caused the infidelity is the problem, then I think you should work on what caused the problem versus blaming the results of the problem on what caused it. If y'all understand what I'm saying? Like for example, if I know that the reason why you that you allow infidelity to enter into our marriage was because I never took you on dates, right? Then instead of me getting mad at you and jumping down your throat because of the results of me never taking you on dates, I need to attack what caused you to do the infidelity. And it was me not taking you on dates. See, a lot of times we don't want to fix the problem. We want to fix the thing that the problem caused.
Because that's the outside, that's the exterior.
And that's why a lot of relationships fail. That's why a lot of marriages fail, because you want to fix the problems. You don't want to fix the cause of the problem. And I think that if more people start working on the cause of the problem, then they will fix the relationship. Because if a man cheated because something in the relationship wasn't working, and you trying to attack the cheating, he's not going to really care too much about that, because you ain't trying to fix what caused them to do it to start with. But let me tell you this, ladies, and this again, this is my humble opinion, but I found this to be true in my own life. If you're handling your job, men, and you're being what you're supposed to be for your woman, she is not going nowhere. However, ladies, don't ever let your man tell you the reason why he cheated, because you can be being everything you need to be for your man. You could be, I mean, everything. And the reality of it is, he still may go out there and be with another woman. However, on the flip side, fellas, in our defense, this is what y'all have to know too, women, to the ones that cheat with us. Just because we cheat with you don't mean we don't love the woman that we with. It don't mean that you mean more to us than that woman. It don't mean that you gonna have what she has. It don't mean that you're gonna gain what she gets. It just mean it happened, period. And women, y'all gotta understand that as well. Sometimes, oftentimes, it just happened. We can't make no excuse for it. Yes, we wanted to do it. No, it wasn't no accident. No, we didn't do it because of nothing that y'all did and nothing that y'all didn't do. Y'all could be the best y'all could be, and oftentimes we're still going to end up doing it. I don't know why that's like that. I'm not saying that's how I am, but that's how I was. I'm not saying I could never be that again, but that's what I try not to be. But the reality of it is, somebody have to tell the truth about it. And because I'm just the person that I am, I don't mind telling the truth. That's why we have this podcast, Till Death Do Us Part. Not only is me and my baby together, Till Death Do Us Part, but we here for y'all.
We almost had Till Death.
And death, yeah, we almost been there. We almost been there.
You can swim. I can't swim.
We almost. Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. But yeah. Oh. But So, anyways, I just need y'all to know that. And another thing too, fellas, if a woman steps out, it's because she's missing something. Oftentimes, you don't want her to get comfortable with getting that thing that she's missing from somewhere else, because if that happens, whoo, it's a wrap.
And a lot of times for women, the mind is gone before the body is gone.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm just trying to, give y'all certain angles to look at. So anybody want to come in, ask me to add you. If you want to add anything to what I just now said, I will add you in and you can speak versus just typing in the comments. But again, if y'all don't get nothing else from what we said, try attacking the thing that caused the problem versus the actual problem. Try attacking that first, because every math problem that you have to solve, you got to learn the equation first. If you don't learn the equation, it's going to be hard for you to do the problem. It's going to be hard for you to fix the problem. But once you learn the equation, now you have a way to attack the problem. And when you learn the equation, it's easy to solve the problem.
Shamika said, why is that though? Wow. Cheating when everything is at home. Is it greed? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna speak from a personal standpoint. Oftentimes we can tend to not see that we have everything at home. Like, for example, even women, for example, people in general, you could be sitting at your house, have a whole bunch of food inside your house, and a commercial come on the TV screen, and you see that food on that commercial, and for that moment, you desire that food and that commercial, even though you got food in the house that you can cook. Not only food in the house that you can cook, but food that won't even cost you nothing because you already have it. It's already yours. You can fix that food how you want to fix it. You can take your time with that food. You can add things to that food that you want to add to. And it's in that food won't cost you nothing. That's the biggest thing. However, but because you saw something on TV, sometimes it make you minimize what you already got at home. So we'll get our butts up, make ourselves uncomfortable, jump in the car, travel, go get something that we don't need, but we really want. It end up costing us something. And check this out. Here's the blessing. It does harm to you than the food that you got at home. Because oftentimes when you go out there and you get them processed foods and them processed meals, it causes more harm to you. It might be good at that time. You know, might be good to you at that time, good, but it ain't good for you in the long run. You know what I mean? So that we do it because our own imagination and our own lust has been drawn away by something that we saw or something that we heard. And for that split second, it makes us devalue what we already have. And when we do that, we step out and we do ignorant stuff. You know what I mean? Men and women, you know what I mean? And another thing too now, it ain't just with cheating. Because this is why I keep telling people, stop acting like infidelity is the leading cause of the ending of relationships and marriage. Infidelity is the least worry that I have in my marriage. That is the least thing that I would leave my wife for if I was to ever leave her. Nah, infidelity is definitely not a deal breaker over here. You know what I mean? Not over here. Because there are so many things that can destroy a marriage other than infidelity. One thing I do know beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if my wife tipped out and did XYZ with somebody else, I'm me. She coming back. You know what I mean? And that's all I really care about. Is you coming back and you know, just come back. We can work on it. Now tell me what made you do that. That's what I'm concerned. I ain't concerned about who you did it with. I ain't concerned about if it was better than me. I ain't concerned about none of that stuff because I know all of that stuff is irrelevant. What I want to know is what was the cause? Help me fix whatever made you feel like you wanted to go out there, you know, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So
Tasha said, or you took all that time to go grocery shopping and then go buy McDonald's on the way home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you still want a little bit more. When you was talking just now.
Well, some people don't fill up the grocery bag, Tasha.
The grocery bag?
Some people don't fill up the grocery cart.
When I was when you were talking, I thought about what's the name of that movie? I think Tyler Perry directed it. When the girl stepped out on her husband
AIDS.
and called HIV,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think she wanted him back after that or something. Or
no, she didn't want him back. He had already moved on.
But he had been begging and
yeah,
begging and begging.
Yeah,
he wanted to make the relationship work,
mm-hmm.
but she was so caught on what the other guy had. He had all his money. He was able to, you know, get her in a good job.
But this the thing though, to use your analogy to that movie, it wasn't what the other guy had. She was bored.
Yeah.
She was bored at home.
But she didn't know until after she saw the guy.
Facts.
See what I'm saying?
Facts.
She didn't even know she was bored. Yeah, she didn't. He opened her up to a whole realm of other stuff, and then they started talking on the phone, and then it's like, oh well, let's do this, let's do that. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go back and look at that movie.
Yeah.
Again.
What was the name of it? Somebody type the name of that movie.
Yeah, if y'all know that, it was a good movie. That Smollett girl played in it. Jessie Smollett's sister. What's her name? She played in it. It was a Tyler Perry movie. I think it was called
Obsessed?
No, not Obsessed. Man, I can't remember, but somebody find that movie. Confessions. That's what it was. Confessions. Okay. So where we at? Oh, we right at the 8 o'clock hour, guys. This has been great. Temptations. There you go.
Was it Temptations?
Yeah, it was Temptations. It was Temptations. Yep, it was Temptations. Yep.
Okay.
This was a good show. Anybody want to come in and add anything, give any stories? We could go on and on and on about this topic. But one thing I would say is y'all make sure that y'all reasons for not just social media, if y'all cutting off anything, If you're asking your spouse to give up anything, make sure that it's for the right reasons, because you don't want to create a box for your spouse because they feel like now it's costing me more to be with you. And I don't feel like, it doesn't feel like you freed me. It feel like you entrapped me. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful as into why you asking. And again, especially for women, fellas, don't minimize their ability to be able to assess situations and act accordingly. Because when you do that, you make them feel as if they're inferior. You know what I mean? I tell my wife all the time, look, only thing I want you to do is be safe. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know how you're going to handle every situation, but I want you to handle every situation from a safe standpoint, you know? And now what I got to do is hope that in turns that she can carry that out, because I can't be with her all the time. I'm not going to know everything she's doing. She's not going to know everything I'm doing. So trust me, the last thing that you should worry about is what you see. All right? So
yeah, that makes sense.
You want to say anything, closing remarks?
No.
All hearts and minds are clear?
I mean, you know, yeah.
All hearts and minds are clear. Yeah.
Just know your mate, know your significant other, know, you know, their left and right boundaries, you know, or whatever, and then it'll be all good. Because if you know a person, you don't have to worry about what if they mean is what. And then you got this whole big thing. Now you're worrying about if they, you know, because that stuff can drag out like for years and years, you know. But if you know a person, then that makes it so simple. You can just cut it off just like that. You can literally cut off your emotions and stop it from, you know, spreading or whatever.
Let me tell you, and it's another thing too. I have had on social media and in real life, I have had several girls from my past that I was still friends with. I'm going to tell you where I draw the line, especially after getting married. If you ever make me feel like you don't genuinely want the same thing for me, the same thing for my wife that you want for me, I'm cutting you off. If I ever feel like your disrespect level for her doesn't match the respect you supposed to have for me, like it ain't no separation. You're going to respect me and respect her. And if you're not, then me and you can't be friends no more. And that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? Even if, you know, moment of transparency, even during the times of my infidelity, if they ever disrespected my wife, I wouldn't deal with them no more. And what I mean now is none of them ain't never called her or never tried nothing stupid or crazy out the way or nothing like that. If you ever said something to me slick out of your mouth pertaining to my wife, I left you alone. Period. Like I just, you know, just didn't play like that, you know? So
Lord said, get to know the people before saying I love you, the person before saying I love you. You know who you with, know who you connecting to and stuff like that. Because you know, little things like social media can destroy a relationship.
Yeah, it can really. And another thing too that we didn't tackle is, like I said, this conversation could go so many ways. What about if your spouse feel you don't post them enough? What about that? You know what I mean? Like, why you don't never post me? Or I know some couples that agree that we're going to be on social media, but we just ain't going to be friends. What about that? You know what I mean? So, man, we're going to have to do part 2. We're going to do part 2 next week, guys. All right? Y'all keep those in y'all thoughts. What, you know, y'all, like, I know couples that, they appear to seem like they're doing well, but they just decided they wasn't going to be friends on social media. You know, they wasn't going to be like, we live together, why we got to be on social media? That type of thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And some couples share the same account. Good point, Juice. Some couples share the same account. Yeah. We're going to have to continue this, guys.
Chrissy said, T-Mac often says that he has a problem with men going in the DM because they are aware that I'm married. He said it's disrespectful to him.
Now, T-Mac, this is what I want to ask you.
It's disrespect for him.
This is why I asked you, T-Mac. They don't know you like that, right? They don't know you like that. They might know she married. They don't, in my opinion, they don't owe you that loyalty because they don't know you. And you know men are territorial, just like you are, I understand. But the way they looking at it is, I ain't got nothing to do with him. I'm going to slide in her DM I'm gonna slide in her DM, and it's up to her to tell me she married.
He don't know the call, but
I know he would have been in here too.
Replay.
We're gonna have to do this again, but it's on her to say I'm married. You know what I mean? It's on, and that's why I said it's up to you to know how your woman will assess the situation and trust in her enough to carry it out. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, if somebody try to holler at my wife, as long as it's not somebody who I thought was my boy, my brother, my friend, my whatever, you know what I mean? It's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to her to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I got a husband. Or, oh, I'm sorry, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's up to her to do that. I can't be running her down, chasing her down, saying, tell him you got a husband. Oh, he just now said you fine in your comments. Tell him you married. I can't do that. Chances are they know. You know, some people just don't care.
For some people, that is actually a magnet.
That's a turn on. Yeah. Like, yeah, she married. I ain't got to worry about her trying to be all up over me and under me. She already know what it is. Boom, boom, boom. That's this, that, and the third. So, you know, it's just so much things that we really can't control. And when we try to control it, sometimes we can do more damage than good.
Yeah.
You know, fellas, if I got any fellas on here who could attest to this, back in the day, the last question I'm asking the girls if she got a man. Because I'm like, you know what? That'll make them act a certain way. Because now you know. I'd rather just holler at you. If you don't say you got a man, I ain't going to ask if you got one. And if you don't ask me if I got a girl, I ain't going to tell you I got one. So, you know, oftentimes, they don't care.
Yep, and Laura said they going to hit her up even harder. You know,
right.
Go even harder. Tiffany, thank you for joining us, girl. I didn't see you on there. Tiffany Jones.
Oh, hey, Tiffany. Hey. Yeah. All right, T-Mac, what's really good? Go ahead. We're going to get you in, and then we're going to get out of here. You want to come in, share your point of view?
He said that's disrespectful for him to be in that inbox.
In that inbox, they're playing that. They're playing no inbox, though.
Why I gotta be in it? Why I can't be on no page? Why I can't be up on the front? Why I gotta be in the inbox?
I get it.
Why I gotta be what's so private about it?
Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm almost 100% certain if I was to go in my wife's email, my mind will be blown. But the reality of it is, it's up to her to handle that situation. You know, and because she know, because I know you ain't like, that's the only thing, like, you know, I can't say Facebook. You ain't on Facebook, so what I'm supposed to say?
You don't know, I might be on it. You don't know.
He gotta hit the request button. Let me see. Oh, you gotta send me. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nika thought I done hung up. My wife thought I just canceled the live. Look at her eyes. Yeah, we're going to get him in real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here. We're going to have to continue this one.
Hey, Annie.
Come on in. Come on in. While we waiting on that to happen, I forgot I left soda in the freezer. Come on, bro. Now tell me tag. Now, this is what I want to know first. Are these people that you know like that slid in the DM, or just random people?
Nah, they random people. But the thing about it is, okay, if you see the picture with your husband and wife, to me, that's a level of disrespect. Now, if she got a picture up there with just her, then, you know, that's on her. She still got to handle it. But when you see me on the picture, that's a whole nother level.
Right. I get it. I respect your opinion. But now look at it from this standpoint.
I'm listening.
They don't know you like that.
They ain't got to know me. They don't know you. They ain't got to know
All they see.
They ain't got to know me. Look.
They going to get to know you.
Look, they don't got to know me. I'm a man first.
He's serious about this. He's serious.
See, sis, first of all, sis, you start in trouble. You're going to have my brother locked up. You don't need to be showing him that type of stuff. Get my man locked up.
Look, I don't tell him everything because I know how he is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't tell him everything. I do just as you said. I handle it, or I don't even respond.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody send a message, I don't respond because I know that's messy. But it's one thing that you said.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, what you said earlier. You know, we got to be on top of our relationships, and we got to know the needs of our spouse because
say the no when something ain't right here. And it's like when
That's
something
right.
ain't right, that's when somebody coming in the DM.
Ding, ding, ding.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we got to be
Yeah.
on top of our needs and being able to communicate what we need from each other so that somebody from the outside is
That's
not
right.
trying to give us what we need.
That's right.
Right,
That's
right,
correct.
right.
Good one, sis.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if they
But
see
yeah, T-Mac,
if they
I
see
feel
the picture, they see the picture in the DM, they see two people on there, so why you playing with me?
right,
Keep it
right,
100.
right. And
They
then
probably had blind or
and look,
something.
not only that, and you also feel like if you see a wedding band or engagement ring on a finger, like you already know, and if you still holler, it's disrespectful.
Disrespect.
I could feel where you coming from in a sense, but that's still, to me, I believe that, and it's still on the woman to check that.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
I ain't saying
Yeah. He ain't went in my inbox.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I ain't went in there.
Boy, you'll go overboard.
Look, no, now this is a true story. Y'all have to forgive me how I look in my pajamas.
You all right?
The last a week ago, we were at a birthday party, and someone spoke to me, and he was sitting beside me, and they spoke, but the gesture on their face was like, "Hey."
Right, right.
He said he about to lose the rest of his teeth.
Right.
Oh,
Listen,
wow.
and he meant every last bit of it too. He meant every last bit of it. Because let me tell you this too, though. Let me tell you this. Now, this is where I would call that disrespectful. If y'all was sitting in a way to where it looked like y'all was together,
yes,
he was supposed to speak to either you first, T-Mac,
yeah,
and then speak to her,
yeah,
or immediately after he speak to you, say, "Hey, how you doing, sir? Introduce me to your husband, or introduce me to your whatever." That's what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, yeah, that was disrespectful.
yeah.
And he was trying to be slick because he's passing the table. So as he's passing the table, I guess he didn't think I saw him. You know what I'm saying? And he tried to give that look, and I'm like, you know, he lose the rest of them 4 teeth he got in his mouth. Real talk. But you know, I was waiting on him to come back to the table. You know, but he kept moving, but he tried to be slick with it. Nah, Nah, he got to get these hands. I'm a man before anything.
I get it, bro. I get it. Let me tell you, man.
That's crazy.
Y'all,
people so bold though.
early on, I was telling how I had the wrong guy, so that taught me to calm down, because I was about to give it to this dude, and it was the wrong dude, bro. I felt so stupid. Like, oh man, I felt dumb. But here's the thing where we gotta assess the situation. In that situation, you punching him in the mouth would have been totally out of line. I gotta be straight up. It would have. But he was disrespectful by not speaking to you, and y'all sitting there at the table together. You know what I mean?
How you say I was wrong?
You can't just hit him.
No,
man.
No, because this is what I did. I assessed the situation. He was still hold on. He was passing. I didn't go and check him, but I am watching him if he comes back.
Oh, now, hold up now. Wait. Now, the coming back, then maybe a few teeth or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I let you get away with it the first time for not speaking.
Yeah.
But now, if you would have came back and tried to have another conversation, again, T, I'm not saying that, punching them in the mouth would have been wrong. It would have been a bit too much, though.
I think, no. Look, no. I'm a man first. He gonna get this work. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it 100 because the reality is, at the end of the day, I saw you the first time and I let you slide, so I assess it. Now, if you would have came back to that table, you got what you're coming for.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, I get it now. I'm not telling you you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's just, in my opinion, I think it would have been a bit too much.
No, it wouldn't.
I think, look, let me tell you what I believe I would have done. And like I said, I don't know. I could have been just like you the first time. But I think, look at you said, I think
you tried it because you got the wrong dude. You got the wrong dude. That's why you feel.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, T-Mac, I don't know, bro. Because the more and more I try to think about it and make sense of it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I probably have lost it. But, yeah,
But I think it's still
it's right there. Like, it's a.
I think I understand that for him, it's about respect, because I could, if I don't entertain it, then I'm like, well, just let it go, because I'm not entertaining it. But for him, it's more of it's a disrespect thing. So I get where it coming from, but I think we.
So now let me ask you this, Chrissy.
Mm-hmm.
Chrissy, let me ask you this: why didn't you, or would you have cared, or would it have been how you would have felt, T-Mac and Chrissy? Why you didn't say, "Hey, look, this is my husband," so and so?
Because he was passing.
Yeah,
he was passing, but he did it with his mouth. He was slick with his eyes and his mouth.
But T-Mac, T-Mac. My thing is, I'm not gonna entertain it. You know him though. You know him. Yeah. But for my thing is, if I'm not entertaining, because it's no different than a woman. I mean, I'm sure women come in his D-box. I'm sure women look at him. I think you have to have a level of security to where I'm with you.
Yeah.
Regardless, that's reality. I gotta stay up on my game to make sure that I'm being the wife that he needs me to be, so that he's not getting entertained by somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be easy for him to fall into that trap.
I think y'all heard this story, but let me tell you the true story that happened when we was on our last couples retreat that y'all just missed. Y'all bet I missed the next one.
Yeah.
We was at Florida, and this lady walked up to me and grabbed me on my butt. Like literally. Grabbed me on my butt. But now mind you now, it was not like she did it out of nowhere. We was kind of like interacting, but just having general conversation, laughing and joking about whatever. She didn't know me and Nika was together. It was a group of us.
But
and then
but still, it was a group of you.
It was a couples retreat?
It was a group of us.
Was it the couples retreat?
No, it was no couples retreat, none of that. We was at a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So I was shooting pool, and she just come walk up out of nowhere, hit me on my behind.
And I wasn't near him. I didn't see it.
Yeah, she wasn't by me. She didn't see it or nothing. However, there were some other ladies that was on the retreat that, oh, that couldn't have been me because I would have this and I would have that and I would have da-da-da-da-da-da, and you would have made yourself look like a fool. You understand what I'm saying? Because one, that lady did not know that she was married. Two, that I was married. Two, it's on me to check her and say, hey, hold up now. You know what I mean? And three, we in a public place.
Let me
impulsive.
No. Let me give you the situation. I remember one night.
I'm not agreeing.
Because most time when you go in a place, most people are watching to see who's with who. So
and she might have been intoxicated too. But go ahead.
So
okay,
if somebody is watching somebody, they're watching who they're interacting with.
But I think that's the level of disrespect too.
But let me tell you this, I can honestly say there's no way. Yeah, there's no way she could have known me and her was together.
But I don't know at that moment. I can't say that if I was close by that I would not react.
Oh yeah.
I can't say that I wouldn't because I think it's still, and I know women now are bolder than they're very aggressive. But I think I don't care if you were with somebody or not. How does she
walk around
that she has what gives her that much comfortability to do that to anybody's body?
Right. Look, in my defense now, sometimes when you look like this, you really can't help yourself.
I knew
you don't really want to
look. Nick,
you really don't.
I know we're on live. Pop his head later.
But yeah, that was like I said, stuff like that is going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's a little far.
Whether
that's a little far.
But of course. Yeah. But there has been times where situations have happened like that with us when we would be out together somewhere. You know what I mean? And a guy would not know we together. He ain't never slapped on her butt.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
See, what would you do?
What would you do? What would you do?
Might ask her out, might ask her for her phone number, or might say, hey, can I buy you a drink, or, stuff like that. Or
what would you do if her butt got tapped?
Whoo.
See?
I don't know.
And then
I don't know.
Like that a little bit.
I don't know. Because I don't know because
I'm gonna give you an
ain't
example.
like she got a little butt. Look, ain't like she got a little butt that look like it shouldn't be slapped. She got an old slappable butt, and that would have made me mad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna give you,
tough.
and I'm gonna give you an example. When I was married before, we were at a club, right? And the guy, he was talking to my ex, and I'm watching him, but look, you can handle your own till he got aggravating. So I said, yo, man, I say, look, you need to ride out. He's still just pursuing. And so when he got out the club, we gave him the business. And it was so crazy because the police was standing across the police was sitting across the street and was like,
that would be him.
Yeah. We gave him the business. Because
they already know that's what he be doing.
Wow.
I've had situations like that where my wife would have to tell me, all right, that's enough. You're doing too much. You know, chill out. He got the point, you know what I mean, or whatever. But the reality of it is, again, those situations we hope don't happen, but when they do, we have to make sure that we handle it with care because we do have things to lose for. You know what I mean? And this is another thing why I tell people too, like even as a married couple now, you have to change where you hang and who you hang with.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you don't want to put yourself in situations that marriage for you to act and behave in ways. When you and your girl went out and somebody mistakenly did X, Y, Z, okay, I'm mad, I'm tripping because that's my girl. But when you and your wife somewhere, you got to defend her honor and protect, and she the mother of your kids and all of this stuff like that. It's a certain level that you know that it rises up to.
Yeah.
So
and we also have to
things we deal with and talk about on the retreat. You know,
and we also have to stay mindful that that's Satan's job is to tick us off and to make us lose our character, and we never know who's watching us. And the way that we respond. So sometimes I'm like that too. I have to kind of calm him, like, it ain't that serious,
Look, I tell people when Jesus got angry, he still was disciplined with his anger. So it is okay to be disciplined with your anger.
Yeah, it's okay to be angry.
He put hands on people too.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
They don't tell that part when he was throwing them people out.
That's right. And he was disciplined with it.
He was throwing them out.
He was disciplined with it.
Look, I was trying to calm it down.
Them out. But we thank y'all for coming in and sharing. We love y'all. We
love y'all. When is the next retreat?
Love you. Chat with you later.
When's the next retreat?
We got you. We got
a couple of weeks. Yep, it'll be out.
Okay.
All right.
Shamika said that that's what the dude on Temptation didn't do for his wife. He died. So do you think it was his fault?
I don't know. I have to go and see the movie again, man. Maybe that could be a project for us to come back and discuss some of the things we saw in there and how it led to her infidelity. Because like how I remember the movie, the dude kind of got complacent in the relationship and the girl got bored. And when the girl got bored, she saw, like I said, the commercial on TV, and she undermined what she had at home. When what she could have done was dress up what she had at home the way she wanted it. Communicate. Come to your spouse. Tell him, hey, I'm getting a little bored. Like we need to add some type of something. Communication. Try to figure it out. Because what she did was she saw something that looked good, but she didn't assess the substance that came behind it. So she went and she tipped out, did her own thing, and what happened? She contracted an incurable disease, and now what looked good caused more harm to her than what she had sitting right at home. All you had to do was just work on the problem. Worked on what caused the problem. But no, you went and created another problem when all you had to do was work on what was causing the problem. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, fellas, you see the signs before your woman cheat. You just choose to take for granted the things that you might have to work on in order to keep that from happening. And if you don't work on it and it happens, don't play victim. If she still wants to come back and wants to be forgiven, say, hey, you know what? You did what you did. I forgive you. And I know that the cheating wasn't the problem. Let's fix what the problem was.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, at the end, when she was getting her medicine for her sickness, he was the pharmacist that was giving her medicine.
I think he owned the
still
store.
had to serve her.
Yep.
I mean, you know, be there for her. Still had to protect her, whatever.
Right,
so to speak.
right. You know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, this was another good show. We might have to revisit this again because there's so many
we're going to watch
aspects.
this movie and come back and talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some of that. Look at it. She just want to watch the movie. It's so dramatic. Y'all, pray for me, please. Pray. Anyways, I'm King David Michael B. We got any announcements? No. Okay. Y'all be on the lookout. We got some things going on. Be on the lookout. Nephew, what's up? Yeah, we're going to come back, Tanya. Come on, let's pray.
Yeah.
Nephew, I don't know if you're just getting in here, but you late. We come on at 7 o'clock on every Mondays. You're going to have to get in here early. I need as much men in here as I can get because the women be in here acting like they know it all.
Yep, I was going to say that too, Keish. I think everybody who's still watching, who's still here now, if you can take a few moments to watch that movie. Yeah. Next week, we're going to come back and revisit
See what I'm saying,
this
Omar?
topic. But our opinions on that movie and how allowing outside influences to come into your home and then, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Outside influences, whether it be social media, whether it be going out, you know, work lunches or whatever, some people have like work husbands or whatever they call it, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't play that.
Yeah.
My wife had a work family, almost destroyed our marriage. Like now, just. But listen, yeah. So all right, we'll try to squeeze that in somehow to our next show. So I guess overcoming or dealing with temptations and what leads people astray. You know what I mean? Because scripture says that every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lusts and enticed. You know what I mean? So a lot of times you're drawn away by something that you desire. Because a person don't really do nothing that they don't desire. You know what I mean? So fellas, make sure that you are desirable to your woman. Make sure that you are knowing what her desires are, fulfilling her desires are, and then you can minimize or even counter her finding her desires outward to where she's being drawn away. And likewise, women, make sure that you are being desirable. Make sure that you are fulfilling your husband's desire. Because if you don't, then chances are he will be more eager to be drawn away when his desires are presented to him outwardly. Again, men and women are just different for the most part. Oftentimes, if a man handles his business at home, the woman ain't going nowhere. However, women, don't let your man tell you that he cheated because of something that you did or didn't do. Oftentimes, you could be doing everything, but for whatever reason, we still may now, I don't want nobody to say, fellas, don't get mad at me, we still may go and do X, Y, Z. But what we not going to do, fellas, what we got to stop doing is blaming our women for stuff that we will do regardless. I think it's a weak person to tell their woman, I cheated because you didn't do X, Y, Z, when you know she could have still been doing X, Y, Z, and you still would have went out there and did that. I think that's crazy. Like, don't cheat, then play mind games. Like, you know, don't do that. That's just ridiculous. So,
yeah. Thanks, bro. Deion said he gonna do it. He's with it.
Right.
So, hey, we got a few people that just came on. Listen,
hey, y'all watch
project, Temptation by
Tyler Perry's Temptations. Go watch it. Dissect what the girl did, what the guy did, what could have been done different, how you would have handled the situation, and all of that. Assess the whole situation, and then let's come back and talk about it. Yeah. I think that'd be good. Let's come back and talk about it. All right, y'all good? For shizzle. All right, let's pray. God, we thank you for allowing us to have the show on tonight. We thank you for everybody that came in and joined in with us. We love you for allowing us to continue to do this. We thank you for keeping our marriage together. We thank you for keeping all the marriages together out there in relationships. We pray that this podcast is blessing someone. We pray that you would continue to expand our audience, continue to expand the platform, and allow it to be a blessing to so many more people. We ask that everything that we say and do is received in love. We ask that that as we grow and strengthen our relationship with you, you help us strengthen our relationship with each other, and that we continue to prosper in all that we do. And we will forever give your name the glory and the honor. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
We love you guys, and we will see you on next Monday.
Love y'all. Have a good night.
And go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Till Death Do Us
Till
Part.
Death Do
I'm
Us
going to put
Part.
it in the comments. Go subscribe, like and share.
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We love y'all, and stay tuned for the dates for the next retreat. See you later.
Night.